tricks up his sleeve, don't he, man? Wow, we're just here in this life doing what we please, fulfilling our passion, too. Just the way you'd want me to, babies, you know. Wow. I tell you, you just gotta live it to give it, man, and give it to live it. You know what I mean, babies? That's what it takes. You just shake and bake. You let it come free forward in you, babies. You let this love take you where it wants to. And you don't complain about it later if it don't all work. It's beautiful when it is, babies. You know, just let that moment be. Just let it be, you know. Wow. And move along and love yourself for it, man. And them people, too, don't ever let go of the love, man. No matter how distilted it gets. Go with the flow, man. See, we're moving into spaces now where such will no longer be our reality. There won't be this difficulty because we won't be clinging and clawing and drowning in love's debris, as somebody once said so magically in a beautiful song from the heart. You know who I'm talking about, good old Carly Simon, you betcha. But there we are, babies, coming back to life inside. Don't gotta live. We can still flow, but boy, we come to it in a full way because our presence is uniting inside of ourself, our person. You know, we are truthfully becoming androgynous beings, no matter which form we express in the outer way. This means we swing to a whole new tune. We come from a satisfied heart, a heart that remembers who and what it is and what we are. It's a very different place of being. There's nothing needy about it at all. We are the juncture of reality. We are all the divine blessings rolled up in one and expressed experientially in this beautiful, beautiful little piece of hunk of organic love we call the temple of the soul, the body. Yes, it's all joined, united, organically now. See, and again, we've chosen to live in a very, very limited way in this past before today. Now we expand, now we grow, now we come back to it because it's time. That's where it takes us in the flow. That's what we know. The heart, it does attack, but very softly too. It says, here's my love, and here it is in you. I release you to be who you truthfully are. Now come rise up, my young sweet little star, and let's see how brightly you shine as you experience the divine presence and all inside of you. Full, complete heart, love. And you speak of romance in completely different ways than you ever would before. There's no needs to be fulfilled. There's no real desire in the way there has been in the past. There's natural magnetics. There's a flow. There's an energy of truth, a divine connection experienced in us all that gives us a whole completeness, and we can experience one another from afar right now, anytime you want. It's just a matter of mutual agreement, and there it be, that's all. It just has to be mutual. You don't go invade another space, because that's unthinkable when you're living from this love. You just wouldn't do that. But anyway, because of the nature of the divine way, because we're already unified, then anything practical in the organic realm that we practice, becomes quite expansive. See, because if we choose to root it right back into nature that way, and join and gather ourselves in that way, well, babies, it's a unified being already, a unified person already. We go there to experience the intimacy of the organic, of the physicality, and of the radiant love glowing in that physicality, and of the great contentment that we hold there at the center of our person, to experience that in one another completely as one person, one being. And we can do this in a variety of ways. It doesn't have to be the organic, babies, but that's where it's rooted. That's where it's grounded. It's the divine way. We made it that way. Now do you see why we've lived through such a tragic history? Just to unwind into this kind of mystery, to find the real heart at the root of the matter, at what we've really been up to all this time. You know, even if we didn't even know it, our heart knew it, and it kept us progressing along from the greatest of digressions to the greatest of progressions. A return to the way of the heart, the coyote way, the truthful path of the young beginner. Yes, indeed, each of us. Yeah, divine presence in creation, but a baby at heart, see? That innocent love. That's what makes us pure. That's what allows us to be then, to return to that state of being, to realize it consciously. This process of realization will continue throughout the day and on into the morning flight tomorrow, babies. So be with us again then, too. We got ways to go here yet. I'm not signing off by any means. I'm just saying, this flow will go on all the way through, and it'll just keep expanding. It's unstoppable. It's the tidal wave of love from which the earth gets her reboot, you know, the rebirth, the return to the ascended self, the heart of one love and all, the sun and sky and the earth united completely. That means the sun shines from inside of us all, you see, including the creation around us. I've seen these mountains behind me turn glittery and clear, and just radiate this goldish rainbow light into the existential reality. I mean, so strong, so powerful, so beautiful. And perhaps that's a metaphor, and perhaps that's a reality. Perhaps, you know, as I say, as we expand in this love, this innocent love in this innocent way, our eyes will see more clearly what's truthfully here in all of the circumstances around us, including those present within us. And we can undo and let go of anything that's ever held us back because we don't even see restriction. We don't know what that is. It's how we got here in the first place. We moved beyond limitation to even come into this place. See how brave we are just living here, just being here, just putting in time is a difficult task at best, and a worthy journey for the greatest of souls, let alone us abject few that just keep coming back, can't let it go. Now we know enough to let it go, because it's not letting go of anything. It's taking along everything, but in a very transformational way. We bring it home to the heart, to the basic root of experience. What is that? Divine love, and the appreciation that creates the divine love in the first place. You see, that's what divine love is, gratitude. The attitude is gratitude, forevermore, in a very real way. Not something you have to manufacture from inside. I appreciate this, I appreciate that. Well, that's noble and that's worthy, but this is real. Not something that we're trying to make into being. Something that is already and existed all along. We just didn't always know it or see it. Another little divine gift, another sweet little treasure for you here. Being revealed again, and probably for the first time on radio. Right here on the Coyote Medicine Show, only on the Hazy Radio Network. Don't you just love it, kids? Isn't life a riotous place to be? Man, if it gets any more expansive, we're just going to burst into great big old bubbles of love, and rainbows of color everywhere. I mean, you talk about the orgasmic experience. I'm higher than a kite already. I don't know what else there could be, but babies, I know it just keeps expanding in the glow. And that every part of our feelings, at the root of all of our feelings, even those that seem negative and contrary, is a real desire to experience that existential joy that really is at the center of our person, to really remember that and allow it to be. That's what we're searching for here. That's what we found here again this morning, right here on this network called Hazy, the old coyote, dosing out the medicine, don't you see? Mystically so, babies, and united in heart. Oh, babies. Oh. Wow. We're revving up them engines now, babies. I think we're going to hit the drags. No, we ain't going to do no drag strip. That ain't no fun. Let's go flying, okay? Rev up the right motor, man. Fluff them wings. Let's go flying and bunks them things, okay, babies? I want to go up there, talk to our UFO pals. You know, they've been hanging around so long, shy guys that they are. Deceptors, too. Ooh, I got a long story to tell. We'll see how much of it we get here today, man. But, oh, my goodness, guys. It's a fun one. You got to just look at it, though, as an old man reminiscing about what it could have been and what maybe is, you know. It's like sitting by the campfire and listening to a fable being told by somebody that lives it and has lived it and does it. You understand? This is real life. This ain't somebody's fantasy. It's truth, but it's disguised as a fable. So you can make it acceptable upon your table. In other words, you know, if I just lay it out there raw, you wouldn't believe it anyway. I mean, just shock your jock off. So we tell it in a tale, a story. Yeah. My heart's on fire, babies. I can't stop it. I have to let you know what's real here. I have to remind you so you can see it for yourself. You know, I'm not expecting you to believe anything, but in your conscious awareness to expand, to expect everything. And expect everything to be just hunky-dory, too, because it really is quite naturally. We're moving beyond the realm of conflict now. You know, we finally see what created the conflict in the first place. And now the divine love has erased it away. And so our consciousness can be present in fullness. Our heart can come forward now. There's no need to fear. It's kind of like the moment in the movie after the Wicked Witches melted down. And there's Dorothy and Toto and the guards and the monkeys and everybody, the flying monkeys and everybody, you know, and it looks like a big dramatic moment, and all of a sudden everybody's happy and relieved. It's one of those moments, man, when we just realize we just offed the wickedest thing we ever could have been. And offed it in a way quite naturally that just made it into a loving presence in the person of our being that can no longer express itself in anything but beauty, purity, humbleness. You see how great the change can be when you allow yourself to unwind in the divine mystery. And you know, a lot of the curiosity about ETs and UFOs and stuff comes from this need to know, to reconnect with your true self, so that you don't have to ask questions any longer, but you live it, you see it. So therefore you be it. Now, you're going to have to be willing to move beyond anything you've known here. You have to understand this is not a fixed reality. You can hug a tree, and you should do so every now and then. It's a cool thing to do. Let Mother know you love them. But babies, you know, and feel the grounding of it, but yet feel at the same time where you're really present, what's really happening there. Let your mind expand and grow. I mean, you got the tree to hang on to. That's something in the fixed reality, right? Well, it's kind of like that metaphorically. Inside, you hang on to the tree of love, you know? And then you let yourself expand and look around and see what's really here. And you'll fulfill your person in fullness, you and that tree at the root of everything, whose roots go right into the Mother Earth simultaneously, together, synchronistically. See, that's the organic root that all life shares. And each life then is the same life, whether it be expressed as a root or a tree or a human person just like you and me. See how we change this, unravel this mystery? We just understand the natural way of being, organically, mystically, energized, organics, coming forward in the radiance of living light. The color of mud expressed beautifully, poetically, perfectly, elegant symmetry. I mean, we are so in love with this form, especially that which is expressed as feminine. But wow, you know, we really dig it. That's why it's all over the covers of every magazine and all, and TV everywhere, and sex is nuts in advertising. But it's the beauty, the real truth that we're looking at, not the sleazy crap. Elegant, dynamic beauty of the divine person expressed nakedly, God Almighty, or beautifully, poetically, perfectly. You know? That's what we really see. You know, they trick us with all this sleazery and stuff, try to make us feel bad about being great. Try to make us feel low by saying, look, even these people can't get their shit together, and look how beautiful they are compared to you. Asshole. I shouldn't talk like that. But it's a reminder of the beauty, the elegance. I mean, at the deeper levels, this is what you really see. So this is kind of like that movie, The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That was kind of a farce, but you know, people had these glasses, and when they put them on, they saw what was really on the billboard. It says, obey, you know, breed, you know, etc. You know, whatever it was, suggestion of the day was, that's what you'd really see. Well, this is kind of seeing the real dimensions of what life is played. What's these magazines and TVs and so forth, movies, really telling us? But to be present in the heart, be beautiful. Be who you are. You deserve better than what you got already, but you don't have to live in that kind of gluttony. Let the heart set you free, and you'll have everything, because you do already. It's just a matter of realizing that, babies, that's a gainful place to be in, when you realize how fulfilled you already are. Just you, wherever you are, whatever stage of progression, whatever stage of life, you know, hiding out in the Alps, trying to escape the law, you know, down in Mexico partying with the girls because that's a great place to play. Whatever it is you're up to, whatever it is you're doing, you're in the right place to be in, and that's where the divine wanted you to be in this moment in time, so you could recover and regenerate in a place that was kind of familiar to you, but very divine and blessed too. So, you know, as these moments approach everyone, you're in the right place at the right time, you know, and about to experience the full presence of the divine all across this creation. No sense hiding out anymore. Why should we? You know, why did we ever? Well, there were reasons and purposes being fulfilled. We'll talk about that later. But see, wow, it's coming now. It's here. It's time. So there you go, babies. Just let yourself expand and grow into it, and you become the vehicle of union by which the worlds rejoin, and there is no unfamiliarity there either. It's not like we're welcoming a bunch of aliens into our environment. This is family. If we don't know that, and if you don't experience that in the presence of one of these deceptors, we'll say, sorry, Charlie, you don't get the prize. The slipper don't fit, man. This glass slipper don't even fit on your arse, let alone your nose or your foot. More or less. It's a metaphor, you see. But just tell me you don't fit in here. I mean, it's really easy, man. This is how you tell what's real. Does it flow with the divine? Is it in accordance with, I mean, is it flowing with the flow that you're feeling inside? Boy, you don't have to judge it at all. It just defines itself immediately. You know, if it's in that flow, it becomes a part of that harmonic vibration. If it's not, it bounces off and goes and transforms and becomes something more acceptable to you. See, you can't accept anything in your presence that's untruthful now. The innocence of the heart won't allow it. This can create great change in your life, and rather immediately too, but just follow the flow of the heart. See what happens. You're here to experience the divine and to live in the divine way. Nothing matters beyond that. That's the full purpose of our life, right this moment. Everything we do to augment that, great. Housing, furniture, food, whatever. I mean, you know, that's okay. But don't focus on that shit. Just be this in this divine way. Just let that come forward. Just let this baby have its say here. In other words, let it see and experience as yourself, for that is the love of which you are created. And it is the presence of the divine, perfectly, poetically expressed in the presence of you. and your life too. Your life too. That which you are living. The experience in this moment of now. Wow. I think we're ready for a little rock and roll. Yeah, I'm not going to let it bother me tonight. I'm keeping these wings in flight, baby. Grandpa Coyote on the Coyote Medicine Show on the Hazy Radio Network, baby.